I never planned to be in this business. It didn't occur to me. It just wasn't on the radar. You know, like I took every civil service test. I got called to be a token booth clerk just before my band at that point got like a record deal. So like I didn't have to be a token booth clerk, which I kind of thought was a pretty good gig. I sit down all day, but some guy got burnt to death that week. I remember somebody like threw gasoline and burnt the token.
I remember that back in the day.
And I was like, well, maybe it ain't that good. I don't but that said, it was just sort of like this sort of do-it-yourself mentality. And so that always stays with me, Louis. Like writing, well, I was never a big reader, but I like to write. It made me feel good for whatever reason. And dumb little songs became dumb little poems, became little stories, and now they're scripts. So I just go with the flow. And INT means interior, you know. So hey, you learn something as you go. So it's a do-it-yourself mentality, and I really believe in it because I love finding, actors or writers, and and I read things a lot of times, and I'll be like, wow, I love what this guy's doing. Like, this is a disaster, this script, but boy, what a voice she has, or whatever in this thing, I believe very much, Louis, in the do-it-yourself attitude and just take a chance, But I don't believe, like Bukowski says, like, go all in. I don't know. I'm a little more cautious. Like, I would have been happy being a garbage man. I really would have. It wouldn't have stopped me from writing in the midnight hours. So you can always do your own thing. And I'd rather look. Here's my last bit of advice that I really believe in. When I was a kid, Allen Ginsberg, the writer, he took a bunch of pictures because he was shooting every teenager, probably not for good reason. But he's like, hey, come into our apartment. We'll take pictures of you. And I'd be like, okay. But he had I looked at his apartment and I thought, this guy's a famous writer. He's like required reading. And he was telling me about how happy he was that he had this rent-controlled apartment on like 12th between 1st and 2nd, I think, something like that. And I was thinking like, oh my God, like I thought anybody that was on a TV commercial was rich, And he goes, no, this is what the great thing is. This rent-controlled apartment lets me be a writer. And that was something that never left my mind. Like, instead of thinking I'm going to be a writer to become rich, he was like, this rent control apartment lets me be a writer. I don't need a lot. So I think that's a good thing, because I know it's hard out there, especially, I don't know how actors do it, because I know great actors out there that are just struggling, and everybody's struggling. I mean, it's not any news, but it's tough out there. So and it's talent and hard work too. But, you got to try and enjoy the ride, or you go nuts, I imagine.
Wow, bro. Well, I'm glad I heard that. And,